Constraint and some bricks using Massfx version 13. Now I tried to do this using tutorials on earlier versions of Massfx, but none of them worked. So because there are some glitches and catches. So yeah, I hooked up with McGray from Visionlore, and he created this this sheet where he explains how you have to basically rig your objects using convex hulls. Now we're not gonna be doing that. It's a little too complicated, but yeah, we're gonna create a constraint system that hopefully works. So I'm gonna be running some troubleshooting as well and problems you may encounter. First, create a torus. You can create whatever shape you like. You can even squash it with a scale tool like this, but I don't recommend that too much. So I'm just gonna be using, yeah, just a simple circle. Okay, so this first torus is gonna be our dynamic or our static rigid body. So set it as static rigid body. Go here into mesh properties and tick original, and that should suffice. Now duplicate this torus by shift dragging, rotate it, and then set this one as a dynamic rigid body. And first we have to generate the hull for this. So use concave mesh and click here, generate, and it will create, as you can see, yeah, simple hull, which will basically constrain this torus so it doesn't break and do anything. Okay, and we're there. So next thing you want to do is set the mass of this into something like steel, because if you set this density too low, eventually when you add more links and stuff like that, and ball on the end, it can break. So you have to think about that. Now duplicate, rotate. Now to activate Massfx toolbar, right click this bar and yeah, like this. So select these two, shift drag, and maybe do even more, shift drag. Now all of these should be the same, and these are dynamic rigid bodies, so we can test it. Yeah, and you can either shift it upwards or just disable ground collisions here. Now in the parameters of the simulation, you should use sorry 8 substeps and 4 solver iterations, and use multi-threading and hardware acceleration. Yeah, and there you go, you got your constraint system. Okay, so next thing, we want to go and create a sphere. We want to align it like this, so it's embedded in one of the links. Yeah, I keep the chain shorter in this case. Set this as a dynamic rigid body, the sphere, and you have to generate the hull again. So concave mesh, then generate, and then you have to constrain it. So create universal constraint, make it like this, that doesn't matter much, but hey, then parent it to the last chain link and test what's happening. Yeah, and we just created a nice ball and chain constraint system, and yeah, and now you can let your imagination go wild and just think about the possibilities. You can create some complex machines that are activated by this initial blast. I was playing with it yesterday, and I created dominoes and stuff like that, and you play with the materials density, and vroom. Yeah, it's a little heavy on processing. So now bricks, it's the absolutely same principle. You just create it, just quickly kind of brick, and again set it as a dynamic rigid body, generate the hull. Shape type, you can use concave or box, whatever that works, use it. It's not rocket science in this case. Okay, duplicate it again and again. Okay, bricks are aligned like this more. So yeah, I'm not gonna be precise or anything like that. So, yeah, because after I started the simulation, the bricks actually first fall down a little, so that's maybe a little funny. But of course you can play with this as much as you like. Okay, I duplicate this wall again and again, and let's see what will happen now. And it goes boom. Okay, so that's basically it. It's very simple. Now, next thing you want to play with, you can play with a mass, and of course, if your links break, which I can demonstrate, if I set the density to something less, it probably will break under the weight of the ball. Yeah, so if that happens, check your links and just make them dense. Okay, you can use preset or whatever, and now bang. Yeah, and it works. So this is how you create a simple constraint system in 3D Max using Massfx 13. So this has been Johnny Mnemonic. Check our other stuff. We got tutorials, free models, and plenty of entertaining videos. Bye.